before we continue, can I ask you guys what your strengths are? It seems like we're going to be fighting together.
Excuse me. That the toxins from last night is still with me, apparently. I am an apprentice wizard, if you will. I have only just completed my studies, and I am now, abroad. I'm on a gap, if you will.
Good way to start.
Yes, I was not expecting, like, my parents have told me about the world and all the rest of this, but I was not expecting to run into pirates on my first day.
Hmm.
Surprise, surprise.
What about the rest of you guys?
Well, I feel I'm not exactly expecting pirates on your first day out. I'm just trying to go around the world, see what I can do to help, and you know, I get fucking stranded on a ship with strangers, with birdmen throwing spear at us. You know, not a good time.
Friend,
You're-
we used we used to be strangers. Not anymore.
Now we're all buddies. Hell yeah, man.
Honestly, blood does bring people together, not necessarily ours.
Quite true.
As for me, though, you can expect the unexpected.
Can I expect you to break into song more?
Are you
Well,
trying to be
now that you mention
mysterious?
it, and I'm gonna pull the loot off my back and just like sit down and just start strumming it.
Rogue, why are you here on the ship? Seems odd that we were the only ones who were poisoned.
I have been on this ship for a few days. I got taken away from my well, taken away. I say that loosely. When it was ported in my town, the ship left without letting me leave. So here I am, as I am rifling through these feathers.
I don't necessarily trust you in particular, but if you have my back, I'll have yours, mate.
And I haven't particularly had great dealings with orcs, but likewise, and I'll kind of do like a really like tight curtsy.
I'll put my hand out for a big bloody handshake. If you-
I'll tentatively shake it again, kind of thinking to myself, well, everybody does handshakes.
I just shake it. I don't do it tough or anything. Just a normal shake.
Like,
So, do you guys know where this boat was headed?
A big fat no for me.
give me
Someone make a history check.
someone give me a history check.
Hang on.
I have a
Yeah.
faint memory of where it might be going.
I could probably do it.
13 plus 5. 18. 18 for history.
You know that the ship left Rastif on its way to Crowport. You remember hearing that the captain wanted to take a roundabout path to get there to try and avoid some pirates.
I relay this information.
Okay. Obviously, that didn't work for him.
Sorry, where'd you say we
Alright,
departed from? Law something?
Give me a sec.
Lorath?
Rastith?
Rastif.
Rastith?
Rasif?
Rastif. If you look, you can't look at the map here. It's just above the circle. Well, that's in bottom right of the map.
Rastaff.
Rastif, yeah.
To what?
Crowport.
Crowport, yeah.
Pro Fort.
I'm sorry.
Port.
Port.
Crowport!
Lorath is Tyrael's like companion from D3, by the way.
So from there to there.
Oh, with an I, Rastith.
Interesting.
Oh, Rastif. Yes.
Well,
So,
Yeah.
so that was conveyed then?
Yes, yes.
Alright.
interesting.
Hmm.
I suppose we find the captain. Is there a captain? Does anyone know about these ships? I've got no idea.
Did I come across any like in my days of sneaking around on the boat, did I come across any like hidden other prisoners kind of thing? Like that would
No.
resemble a captain?
No, you didn't really see anything like that.
Hmm.
Ah.
I've been here for a few days, but I've mainly been on the lower deck, so I haven't really seen anything. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
so
anyone know anything about these boats?
as
Can
you
we
go
roll it?
into, yeah, you can give me a check if you want to.
What would it
figure
be? Just
out. History check.
I'll go for it.
Could move around there too. I'm
9.
fixing some other things.
Not that well. You generally know how the ship works. Like you get an idea that it rocks up, picks up stuff, and drives off. They fly.
Do I know if there's a captain that's like leading us somewhere?
You know that there should be a captain. I mean, you saw one
Oh yeah,
when
true.
you
Yeah.
boarded the ship. Like you, you met most of the crew when you came aboard. Um,
Are they the
so
same?
you haven't,
So they're not the same crew that we had
no,
before.
you haven't seen any of the crew yet.
I'll make note of that. Go, why? So
Have
we
I?
had pirates. Where are the crew that we boarded with?
Have I seen any of the crew from down below?
No, you kind of encountered a few of them, but you hid when they came
Yeah.
down.
Mm. I
Well,
don't know.
You're in the
Oh.
storage area where they store all the cargo, so they
Yeah,
don't really need
okay.
to go down there except to check on it every now and then.
I don't know about you guys. I don't know. We should find the captain and get him to take us wherever we're going. I guess we have an option. What do you guys reckon?
well, surely we've made enough noise with those Aarakocras to be like. Surely he would, if he was to be around, he would be here by now. Surely.
True, true.
I mean, what if they throw him off?
Or perhaps he's locked up down in the brig as well.
Well,
True.
Do I, with my past history, have an awareness of where the captain's quarters on a ship normally are?
Yeah, generally it's on the level you are in that door, just
In there?
beneath you. Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you guys go down and see if you can find him down below, and I'll check out the quarters up here.
well,
Can
he's
you guys see me at
clear.
all?
He's clear at the front.
Yep.
I'll call out that the front of the bow of the ship here is clear. There doesn't
Okay.
appear to be anyone
Yeah,
in the two
as you
rooms.
walk into the front of the ship, you just see more ropes and the anchors that you use to station it to islands and whatnot, and then a few more resources to keep the top deck clean and maintained.
I won't say
Asta, so
anything.
you said you're gonna go to the captain's quarters?
Alright, so as you walk into the captain's quarters, you can see the captain slumped over his desk, dead. He had a knife stabbed in the back.
Hang on, I can't see it. Hang on. Did you just sneak up behind me? Because before I was gonna tell people I wanted to look around the room.
Oh, I just walked in. I'm perusing the kitchen.
I can't get up those
I
stairs.
thought you were at the front of the boat,
Oh
sir.
no.
You'd still be there by the time that Asta was in there checking stuff out.
Oh, but you would hear me walking in anyway because I'm not like I'm an elf and I'm
You're not
light-footed,
trying
but
to sneak.
That's okay. I'll take my opportune moment to scout out the thing on the way out. All right. If I hear your footsteps, I'll be like, I found something.
Yeah,
Oh.
alright, so as you see the corpse laying down, you see the captain's log next to him. The latest log that he wrote states that he's seen a ship following him from Rastif. So he tried to make some adjustments in the night to try and avoid them because he thought they might be following him. 2 days ago, they passed and they took a different direction. And that was the last note that he has. Other than some course corrections that he's done.
Course corrections, you say?
Doesn't make much sense to you, but to an experienced sailor, it would kind of explain what turns and where they're going.
So this ship is it sitting still or is it just like autopiloting?
It's still slowly traveling. The wind has changed direction a bit, so it's not going full steam ahead, but it is still flying and it is wind powered. So
So do we?
Maybe sitting here playing me guitar, being like, "There was the bird that was a sailor. I wonder if his name was Taylor. Something, something,
I'll
something."
kind of I'll pick up the course corrections and the log and give it to our probably the most intelligent looking dude in the party right now. Yeah, these might serve you better than it would serve I. I just like
Thank you. Thank you. I feel until we can find an actual, or at least these will help in that. But I feel we need to be able to stop this ship, because I don't want to be having to run aground on another island or such.
Hey,
Mm,
Well,
Zorak.
I think we need to learn how to
yeah,
fly.
buddy.
I got an idea, mate.
I'm
If-
open.
If they go and happen to find the captain wherever they're looking, what about that guy we knocked out? He might have some idea.
Sure, you might be able to. He's a pirate. Surely all pirates know how to fucking sail a bit.
I mean, I can't see down there because there's not enough light. And rather than light a torch or something, you'd
I'll
be
drag
right.
him up.
Right.
Can I go down and grab the unconscious dude and drag him up to this level?
You certainly can.
Cool.
Yeah, so I was saying to Nicholas here, on the contrary, I think we need to learn how to fly it and land it rather than stop.
All the same, yes, I do feel that well, there's no one else here. It's just us, so it's going to be rather interesting if we don't do something about that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. DM man, I might have an idea of how to
Continue.
operate it. Do I? Do I have an idea of how
Yeah.
to operate it?
Because you've been on ships before, you have a
Yeah.
general
yeah.
idea of how to at least operate it, but not how to do them well.
Even though I've got a pirate background.
Do any of us know that you have a pirate background, or is that just like, is that one of the things that you've kept hidden to yourself?
That's my private background in my
Okay.
D&D Beyond.
Well,
I
Guys
don't know.
don't know who I am.
I'm an entertainer by trade.
Well, I'll say, like, well, at the very least, until we can pinpoint where we are, I feel that instead of just being adrift like we are sailing in the wind,
I'll
if
be,
we want to,
be back in a second.
if we want to, at least the journal states that we had a couple of days ago that we had changed course. We don't want to be too far away, so if we can stop, if we've got a map that we can find, I'm sure there's one here in the captain's quarters.
I think it's probably the thing I just gave to you.
Okay,
but, yeah.
cool. I'm just gonna write that down. But yeah, if we can pinpoint exactly where we are, then we can, and then if you can fly the ship, or at least somebody here, hopefully amongst all of us, we can figure out some way of doing it. I've yet to study the magic, and that might be able to help us. But until then, if we can stop at least, we can then find our own way, I guess.
So can I drag old mate up to the normal level,
Alright.
please?
While I'm talking to Nicholas here, I want to just keep looking for anything that could be helpful, and then if I see anything that could be valuable, I want to sleight of hand put that in my pocket.
Well, while she's doing that, I'll be pretty engrossed in the journal, and if there's any maps in the captain's quarters, I'll probably take that too. And because I am a bit bookish in that regard, I would be slowly just probably walking my way out with the journal in hand, having a read, noticing the course corrections and whatnot. Is there a way that I can kind of well, firstly, is there a map in the captain's quarters that we can use?
Sorry. You do find a map in the captain's quarter, which is that map that you saw before.
Yeah, with the course corrections on it. Yeah.
Not necessarily. There are faint markings on it of where he did, but he wrote the corrections in his log mathematically. So you need to decipher them to figure out, exactly, what turns he made when.
Is there a way that I could do that?
Good with
There is. It just takes a bit of time.
Okay. Well, I'd like to do that, even if it was. I'll try and find a table at least, or something along those lines to lay the map out.
The only table that has enough space and is really effective is in the captain's quarter.
All right. Well,
because that's where he does all the corrections and all the stuff for it.
Well, that would be what my first thing would be, is to try and find the closest pinpoint of the location we're actually in or within close proximity to, and then as I already relayed to Asta, is like a way, once we figured out where we are, either try to stop the ship while this is happening, or like depending on how long this takes. Like if it only takes a little bit, then I could point on the map to ask her if she's still floating around while she's doing her thing.
Alright,
Yeah,
while you're
I was
trying to
just,
decipher that, give me a history check and a couple of perception checks.
All right, hang on.
Sorry, insight checks, not perception.
History. Oh, yay, nat 1. Oh no, that was a 7. My bad. 12.
Okay. You, from reading the captain's log, you can generally decipher that from leaving Rastith, he went almost directly south instead of towards the destination. And that's all you can pretty much glean from the captain's log.
All right. Well, my
Give me,
musings.
insight checks.
My musings would say that out loud to Asta because if she's floating around.
yep. So at this point, I can see he's studying the thing, and I'll kind of say, all right, while you do that, I'll just have a look around and see if there's anything useful. And I use the word useful.
You'd,
Very
you'd probably just hear me
loosely.
the bookish, like the
Yeah.
whole someone's on their phone scrolling on Facebook while someone's
Yeah.
talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I sent it to you, Danny.
did you say perception? Was it
Insight.
insight?
Two of
I-
them.
2 insights. Okay, we got a 6 and I don't know 11.
Ooh, not that great. Alright, so you can, whilst you're trying to figure out what the calculations mean and what turns he made when, you can generally sense that he maintained a southerly direction, but you can't really tell exactly what directions, like what turns he made, other than he, turned a little and then stayed on that one for a bit of time.
Okay.
So you think you pretty much you're fairly confident you're still heading southish.
Okay. And I'd mumble that out while I'm doing my just sit there just going so it would appear roughly south, but I'm not 100%, but I can't pinpoint the exact direction, I guess, but see, we're definitely heading south.
South, got it. As I'm rummaging through that.
Yeah, I sent you what you found in the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay.
In the
Perfect.
meantime, can I say Andres, Brock, I think it's a better idea if you guys wake up this unconscious pirate and question him. I can be a bit not the most sociable person, you get me?
Fair enough.
I suppose
Yes.
we could do that.
And as I say that, I kind of step back a bit.
Andres, you play good guard and I'll play bad guard. Or do you want to do it the other way around? You can play bad guard and I'll play good guard.
I feel like either way, you'd probably be a pretty bad guard.
Ooh, yes. Alright, let's do it. You wake up, you scoundrel, and I'm gonna slap him.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're a monk. That's damage, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Give me a
I kill him.
Yeah, death saving throw.
No, I do not wish lethal intentions with my slap.
Mate,
Give me a medicine check.
Medicine? Oh dear. Oh dear. What is that? Oh, that's not so bad. That's a... what's that? 5 plus 2. That's a 17 medicine.
Alright. You slap him. He jerks awake. He jumps up and punches you in the face.
oh snap!
Wait now,
Is there
that
anything, like,
wasn't...
hold him down?
He
That
does
wasn't...
2 damage to you.
that wasn't real called for.
You slapped him in the face. Now
Almost all
4
is wrong,
HP.
man.
I feel like we were just trying to get along. There's no need to take harsh actions like that.
He's looking around and he sees the corpses of the Aarakocra around, and he can't see his ally. So he kind of puts his hands up and goes, "What do you want?"
I think I
And-
want to know where exactly we're going.
Is this on the mid deck here?
No, it's on the top deck.
Because I'm just
So-
trying to figure out if I can hear the commotion.
Give me a perception check.
And so you
Actually,
better
I'll use your passive perception.
start talking to my
You
cleric
can't
friend.
really hear that there's a commotion going. You can hear that there's people above you, but that's about it.
While you were
Shush, you've had your. You wait there, Misty. So you better start talking to my cleric friend, otherwise that guy is gonna become involved. And I'm gonna point over towards Zorak.
he looks over at this big hulking orc. He just kind of like nods. He's like, okay, yeah, I don't know where we are. I'm not the one that was sailing this. The other guy was.
Well, that's a fucking crying shame. You know anything about sailing? Do you know any way to control this fucking thing?
I sort of can. I've seen my captain do it enough, but I am just a deckhand.
Sort of is better than not at all.
I guess that makes sense. What do you need from me?
Just some semblance of control, some semblance of direction. Don't exactly have much more than an idea of where we want to go.
Well, a semblance I can provide.
That's about all we need.
Just don't kill me. I'm
do my
sorry
best.
for what we did.
Or I can just like pat him on the back real quick, real light and
I
friendly.
love how you have to emphasize light and friendly.
Yeah,
so I take
I
time.
do have to emphasize that. I very much do.
Now that you've answered his question, answer mine. Do you have any unpoisoned alcohol?
He looks at you guys. This isn't my ship. I only came here to, sail it or help them sail to where we were going.
Bugger. Well, all yours, Andrus, and I'm gonna start walking away.
Maybe we should tie him up first, I yell, before you walk away.
Yeah, that could be nice,
Oh.
Mr. Rope.
Yeah, okay.
Mr.
Here, buddy,
Lasso.
hold this, and I'm gonna toss the guy at the end of the rope.
he just like kind of like nods and holds it.
Is the commotion above us or on the front of the ship?
It's above you.
Okay.
You would have heard them talking by now. You can make your way up.
So if you don't
I
mind
can't
just
make a way up.
chilling here, so I can sort of tie you up until so we don't kill you or nothing.
He
You know,
just nods and holds the
Zorak-
rope.
Zorak doesn't have to get involved. It would be a whole big mess. So just chill here, and I'm gonna do like a knot that holds him in place, but also doesn't hurt him.
Since Brock took a quick punch in the face, does he want any of my healing touches? I can
Yes,
touch
you
him
could
right
heal him with some of your spells, but you're probably gonna take a rest soon enough. I mean, you've killed all the enemies on the ship, so
You can heal me
good.
anyway.
you could.
I'm gonna heal him anyway because I feel like I want to do that.
Do you?
Cool,
I
Do
want
you,
to touch. I want to touch Brock. I
Oh,
want to touch him real good.
I just give you a little bit of a dirty look as you do that, as I've got a spear wound. As you heal him up whatever.
You're a barbarian. That's all you do.
Well,
You take the wounds and that's it.
As a
You're
cleric,
fine.
you would see that Brock's on 4 health left.
Holy shit. Okay. Don't give too dirty of a look then.
You still have more health than Brock does at max. So,
Okay, nah, I'm good. I'm on heals.
yeah. So
I just like healing right him or some shit. I don't know. Hey, you fucking want me to roll for that?
Do it. Talk
just
to me.
click on the healing word. You don't need to roll to hit. You just need to roll to heal.
Just whisper in my ear.
oh wow,
Hey,
8 health, nice.
I'm feeling so good that put me past maximum.
when I get up to the top here, I'll probably go. I see you've woken him up. Does he have any idea on how to maneuver the ship at all?
Wait, so 8 health?
Yeah, I believe the exact word was a semblance. So it's better than nothing, right?
Well, as I have yet to study this ship, yes.
Or did you want like a survival roll or anything for the knot, just to make sure it's done right, or did you want to just build it?
Yeah, sure. Give me survival check.
Mr. DM man.
Mrs. Player person.
Not a missus yet. She ain't married.
Do
Miss Player person. Jesus Christ.
do I
16 with survival. He's chilling with the knot.
Yeah, he's not gonna find enough either.
Because he's scared of Zorak, the poor bastard.
Scared of
It wouldn't be.
Hey,
He
actually,
got,
hang on.
I have to say this. He got taken down by a fucking door. He wakes up by a smack in the face, and everyone he boarded with is dead. He's not exactly going to be like, yeah, let's fuck with these people.
That's actually pretty funny. Fuck.
He just sees this barb just stand there like, I ain't done that. That's me. That's yeah.
I'm just happy. First door takedown done. First one of the campaign, boys.
I'm gonna walk up
Yeah,
these
Jot
stairs.
that down on the bingo card.
Alright. So
What did you guys find?
I'll look
Continue.
over. I'll look over to Nicholas and like nod at him.
Good girl.
Should I know what this nod means?
Have you got something to say, Nicholas?
Just
Wait, are you still holding the looking at the books? Like, were you like at that? Are you
Yeah.
that much of a book nerd that you're walking while looking at the books?
I would have done that on the as the
Okay.
walkout, but when I heard commotion, like that's the journal and that. Well, the journal would still be in my hands. Yes. That's when
okay.
I've walked up here. I've asked. Then does he know how to operate the ship at least?
I'm just picturing him like walking to the top of the stairs, like brandishing the book as a weapon.
It's like
Probably,
wheeling back
actually.
ready to fucking throw it.
Like either answer my question or you will wear this book, like sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not like, yeah, I'm probably pointing with the book. Like, it's like, does this man know how to fly this ship?
Oh, right, yeah.
He kind of looks at you guys as you're discussing. He's like, look, I can make the corrections, but that's it. I don't know. And I can also drop the anchor, but that's about all I can do.
Hell, good enough, man.
And then I
Better than
suppose
nothing.
I'll
So-
then relay that a little bit of the information that I've got is that I'm going, well, at this present time, apparently the captain was doing some evasive maneuvers, and the most I can notice in the direction that he was heading, at least, I'm not sure if he had a destination in mind, but he seemed to be heading in a southerly direction. And I can't really pinpoint exactly where we are on the maps in the quarters, in the captain's quarters there. But at this stage, that is the rough direction we were heading in.
Well, if you guys can get me to land, that's all I ask. You have my respect.
Okay, so this was what my original question was. From what I just heard there, I don't know if it's insight. Do I know if I have more knowledge of how to fly this ship than this pirate man?
You think you probably have about the same. Like,
Okay.
you know, because you haven't like captained the ship
No.
or anything, but you have taken over the wheel. You have helped, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like you've been a deckhand. You haven't been a captain or a first
Yeah.
mate or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, if we're all up here, I'd probably ask out aloud, does anyone know how to fly these types of ships?
No.
Absolutely not, my friend.
Well, you know that you're asking that question reminds me of this time.
Oh, not now, please, Brock. We'll drink later.
I have some knowledge, but I haven't manned it myself before.
Fair enough.
I would trust the rogue more than I trust this pirate. What if he just takes us to his people? You know?
Hmm.
That's a good point.
Speaking of which,
You gonna
do you
take
know
us
if-
to your people?
Do you know if any corrections were made from the last captain's coordinates, if that makes sense? Were there any corrections made when
He
you?
looks at you and goes, "Yeah, the guy piloting the ship, he made a few corrections, but he definitely wouldn't have put them in the captain's log. He didn't care for stuff like that."
Can either of you
Right.
just get us to land? That's all I want.
Can I see
Give me a perception check.
Me
which
or
way?
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, does your world have the sun rises in the east and sets in the west?
Yeah, same as that.
Mm.
I'm too lazy.
14.
I'm too lazy to change that shit.
14 for that perception.
All right. As you're kind of turning around, you can kind of see that there is a bit of land in the distance in front of you.
Take us there, or just somewhere. I just need to get off the ship.
He
I
looks
hate
at
it.
you, looks at the ship, and goes, "It's kind of already heading there, mate."
Well, looks like that's our destination, guys. What do you think?
Maybe, though, if we were to turn around, we could return to our original port. And then
I've-
maybe we could tell the authorities of what has happened here.
What's done is done.
I don't think we want to risk passing through another horde of pirate ships if we've just gone through it.
You, pirate man, what's your name? As I like poke him, the guy who's tied up. I'm just gonna poke him and be like, "What's your name?"
Something like to instigate.
He looks at you, goes, "I'm John."
So John, tell me now. Oh, hang on.
I'm assuming you just do a big burp from your intro.
Oh, no, I just lost my train of thought. So, are your people at this island, or do you know what's at this island?
He goes, "No, we weren't supposed to hit any island for a while. We were supposed to meet up with another ship."
Mm.
Wow.
Again,
Well, I reckon,
all I can say in my regard is if you don't know where you're headed, return to where you started. Because at
Real
least then...
quick, what kind of roll would it be to see if he's lying, or to see if we can ascertain?
Whether John's lying, would be a insight.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna just fucking click the insight button. I'm assuming that's correct.
That'll
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
sharp.
You know how fucking bad that is. It's real bad. It's an 8.
Um,
I can do that.
I have
Yeah,
plus
you're-
5 to insight, by the way.
that's pretty
not-
bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you're
Like,
not.
that is bad.
You're not entirely sure whether he's lying or not. You can tell he's a shady character, so you don't want to believe him, but you don't know whether he's saying anything truthful or not.
so my
Uh,
passive insight is 14. Would I know if he's being truthful?
Yeah, you're pretty sure he's telling the truth.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. No one else would know, I guess, unless your passive insight's also 14.
His is 15.
Oh,
I should have made you do a passive check.
Hey, man. Come on, man. I don't know anything.
So
Well,
where
we
are
need
you?
to-
I can't stand for the noob.
Yeah, we need to make a decision. Do we make it as a group, or what's the plan, guys?
Where were you planning on meeting this other ship? Or was there just like
Uh,
looking directly at the
because
scene?
I don't know where we were supposed to meet up with the ship. I just know it was supposed to travel for another. I think it was 6 days we had before we would meet up with them.
Do we know how many days we've been?
one.
No, we. Hang on.
Couple.
Didn't Asta was not knocked out though.
No, it's been a couple of days.
You've been traveling for 5-ish days.
Ooh, okay.
Did it look like he was lying about that? Like that he didn't know?
No, he's
Being
genuinely
truthful?
he
Afraid.
seems pretty genuinely clueless.
Terrified.
I mean, I wouldn't really. I don't know. I guess it's hard not to trust the guy that got taken out by a door.
Yeah, true. True. I trust him. I think he's lying to us, but
I get out my crossbow and hold it to his head. Are you lying?
Oh,
He goes,
shit.
I'm definitely not lying. Give me intimidation check.
Oh shit.
Um, 14.
Yeah, he's sweating hard. He goes like, please.
I'd
No,
probably say
I'm
something
not
too.
lying.
Like, cause I don't mind.
Oh.
I'd probably just go, Asta. Surely, this isn't the way
No,
to
no,
do
no.
it.
Just no. As soon as he says that, I would pull my thing away straight away. Like it would be a very quick transaction. Like I'm a very fleety person, so like as soon as I see him start sweating bullets, I would take my crossbow out of his face.
I'm
I'll-
giving Asta another dirty look.
I'll probably just go, yes. Okay, very well. Well, I do believe there's at least two options we could go. Is continue forward with wherever this ship is seeming to fly by itself, which could then mean meeting up if the ship's directions haven't been incorrectly plotted whilst trying to navigate away from another ship that was already following this ship previously. It could have been that ship, actually, now thinking about it. Or we could return to where we came and then restart, if you will, the process without. Well,
Well,
we've
why were you
defeated the
guys-
bandits, I suppose, is the thing that I can think of.
Why were you guys on your way to Crowport anyway?
You guys can make up a reason.
Mm,
Sorry.
I heard they had this exquisite rum.
my reason is my own. I'm not comfortable
I'll give
saying
you a
anything.
curt. I'll give you a curt nod. Like I respect that.
I just wanted to travel around, see if I can help some people in need. You know, travel outside the bounds of my usual township. You do.
Righto then. I'm gonna head up to where I assume is like a wheel, right? The captain's wheel. Is that
Yeah.
somewhere
That's
Yeah.
right above John.
right here? What? Right
Yeah.
where I was then.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn around then and just
Hang
just
on.
steer.
Do we have enough fuel to get back? If we've been flying 5 days,
It's not fuel, it's wind
It's
powered.
wind
do we
powered.
have enough power?
Where's the wind blow? Yeah.
The wind is
Do
blowing.
we
you.
have enough wind? Do we need to blow?
Do we
Listen,
need more?
Yeah, look, the wind is pushing you the way you're going. It's not heading straight there. It's like slightly off to the side, but
Can I bluff my way and be like, trim the sails,
No.
move the foreport.
Listen, none of us are actual captains. I think we get to the closest land we can. Once we're there, we can regroup. Either we crash there, which is probably the most likely thing, or we can land there and keep the ship.
I
I
mean,
agree.
mate, we have an anchor. We could just get to there and then anchor.
Regroup, see if someone can actually fly the ship. Because no offense, but I don't know if any of us can.
Surely, if this man knows how to do alterations, surely that means be able to at least slow or stop the ship.
If we can keep the ship there, maybe find someone a bit more equipped to fly us wherever we want to go. That's my
agree.
vote, but it's your guys. We're a team here. So,
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Nicholas,
I
are you okay with that, Nicholas? You seem pretty keen to
No,
go back.
if that's the will of the group, I'm happy to follow. I'm just trying to provide options.
But Nicholas, you may need to kill again. Are you prepared for that?
I am not blind to the world. It's just I was not expecting it to happen so soon.
Mhm.
Yeah, your first
Fair
time
enough.
leaving, it's just like, oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean,
Well-
I can only assume that you guys don't want. Oh,
Right.
oh,
So
hang on. Oh, you were saying you don't want me driving this thing, right?
No, we don't
No.
want drunk drivers.
Preferably not. But Asta, you
Um,
said you had some skills.
Excuse me.
I'll try my best. I'll step up to the thingy. Can I tell like which way is north, south, and then
There is a compass inbuilt to the steering wheel.
perfecto.
Fuck yeah.
Well, not a compass, what do you call it? A sundial. Or whatever they use to on ships.
Nicholas, can I have a look at the course charts again?
Of course.
Like a sextant or some shit. How the fuck?
Pretty sure that's for figuring out where you're going at
Stars?
night.
How long roughly till you think Asta or Nicholas? You seem to be the two most adept.
Hey now.
No offense, you drunken fella.
No, well, I'd being that if Asta's going to be trying to pilot the ship, I'll try to provide as much information that I can to give.
First mate. Sounds good to me. Is that what a first
I'll-
mate does? I don't know.
I don't know.
I can do two things. I can provide music, or I can sales. I
Merry
wonder if
music
I'm on
sounds
board.
divine, good sir.
So the captain was starting to go south to try and escape pirates.
Yep.
What is our current our current trajectory? What way are we facing right
So like
now?
you were heading pretty
Continuing
south.
south.
Yeah.
Right.
No, not right. South.
And did you say that we also
Just turn
we could
right.
see like land on the horizon or something?
Yeah, you can see land in the horizon. So
Mm.
if you look on the map, you are. Let me just put something. You are about there.
How do I look at the map?
I was gonna
I
say,
have a map up.
is it the uncharted map?
Yeah, we don't have a map.
You would have that.
in the in D&D. I mean in Roll20.
Oh
In
yeah.
fucking oh my
Oh, yeah,
god, I
there we
can't say anything.
D&D Beyond.
You
Where
guys
are
are
we?
there.
Discord. Alright.
So
Yeah.
Alright.
that we're
Well,
there,
I
are we?
wanna
Yeah.
Oh, okay, near
And we're heading
Baxton.
this way.
mhm,
Yes, you're heading south.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yep.
So that
Alright. I'm
does
just
that
gonna
mean
Land,
that we're
find a
going to
captain.
be heading? If we continue, that's where we're looking to be going. That's the land
Yeah.
we can see.
there's a small is it the one with the small village on it? Or one of them?
The
Yeah,
vaccine.
small
One
village.
nearby?
Yeah, Vex.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Find
pretty
land.
sure. Like you've checked the map. You've checked that you're going south. You left Rastith. You see that there are two islands south of you. It's either Rastith or the Vaxin or the very small islands.
Okay.
in the area.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I think, guys. Find land, find a captain, or go our separate ways. See what happens.
Well, I'll probably point
Yep.
out. I'm going. Well, you can see land that way. At the very least, that is at least something that we could work for. And if there happens to be a village, we can try and work from there.
Or does the ship does the captain's course chart or whatever had names on islands that were nearby?
Yeah. So
Rastith?
on the map that you were
Yep.
looking
So
at,
that's literally
that
what
is the
we
captain's
happened to.
map. So that is
Okay.
like he's named everywhere that he's been to, but
Yeah.
he has marked down where he has heard there are places or seen places being, but he hasn't stopped
Gotcha.
there. So he hasn't like got a fully filled out map, which is why like there are a lot of the names blank.
Yep.
But you know he knows there are places there.
Have we heard of Vaxin before? Has anybody heard anything about Vaxin? Oh, hang on, I can you that. Does looking at the map, does anybody know or has anybody been to Vaxin before?
Can I do a
If
history
anyone
check?
wants to do a history check, yeah.
No one's been to Baxton before. It's a pretty small place.
No.
Most of you are from further north or from further east. Sorry, west.
All right.
Go there. See what we. How long would you say, guys? The Nicholas Asta? Have you got a rough idea?
Can we work that out?
Yep. How long?
Give me an
was
insight
the-
check. Asta.
What was that?
Insight.
Can I give her assistance?
Insight?
No.
Yeah, we're
she's
doing this together.
You're the only one that has some sort of knowledge.
Look, no, it's okay. I rolled pretty well. 18.
Okay. Yeah, you don't think it's going to take more than half a day to get there.
I think we're.
Given that
Maybe
the
we
wind,
can.
given
I
that the
think we're
wind
close.
isn't taking you directly there, it might take a little bit of time, but you feel if you were a bit more experienced, you could probably more efficiently catch the wind to get faster, but you think it's going to be less than half a day.
So
Well, maybe we could rest while you guys. Well, you two or whoever.
Yeah, you could 100%. You
yeah.
could take a rest. While
Bit of a rest as we're traveling, and if you need to swap, someone can probably swap with you and hold it steady or whatever.
So we know we do have a basic understanding on how to slow the ship down at least. Like, can we work? Or
Yeah,
can
like,
we work
you
that
can-
out?
It's pretty obvious. You raise the sails, which
Yeah.
would you no longer have the wind pushing you forward, and that's pretty much it. And you can drop the anchor. That's all that you know.
Okay. And what are we doing with John here? Should we tie him to the mast?
He kind of looks at you and he
He's
goes,
tired.
"Please don't."
John lives. John lives.
Oh, I definitely do not want to kill the man. He's unarmed.
Okay. Nicholas.
Oh.
Okay.
I kind of want to look down, squat down in front of John. What are your plans after we land back at this island, John? Kind of want to interrogate him.
Go somewhere else.
Good.
Are you going to go back to your friends, John?
No.
Is that?
Can I get an insight on that?
Yeah.
Alright, next go give you an inside check.
Oh, 20. Unnatural.
Oh,
Ooh.
still.
Yeah, you get the feeling that he's just saying whatever he thinks you want to hear so he doesn't die.
Listen,
I'll probably voice that.
I'm not
This-
killing an unarmed man. That's all I'll say.
I mean, I can unarm him if you like.
I just look at you. I just shake my head and look down, like, oh my god, who is
Yeah.
this
I'm
dude?
talking about no. I'm only talking about cutting off his arms.
No.
I'd probably still, like, though I believe that you're joking, I'd still be kind of that whole, like, I don't know this person. Like, he sounds like he's joking.
Yeah.
Listen, we get there, we set him free. By that stage, he's trapped on an island. He doesn't know either. He's just as well off as us.
And I'd agree with that. I'll go, yeah, no, yes. I'd feel better with that. He has, like you said, nowhere else to go.
How about
Yeah.
John? Because you're in a little bit of a sticky situation here. How about in exchange for your freedom, you tell us about your captain on the other ship that you were waiting for?
He goes, yeah, okay. Look, it's the ship I came from. Like, that's who I sailed with. They
I hold my
Yeah.
cross. I start reaching for my hand crossbow.
like,
Like,
look, we're pirates, right? We're pirates. We
who's your
jump on the
captain?
ships. Captain Stevens. It's all we know him as. We don't think it's
Will
his
he-
real name, but
Will he come after us on the ship?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of cargo you guys were carrying. It's just
You know the man,
we
though.
jump on ships, we capture them, we deliver them, and their cargo, and that's all we do. It depends on what the cargo is, whether he wants to chase it or not.
So does he
gonna-
respect his men's life? Will he come for you?
What do you think? I'm sitting here. There's a few of us on the ship, but that's it. You just killed us all. Probably not.
I'm gonna
He's
kneel
a
down
bit of a
beside
dick.
him. Gonna kneel down beside John here and be like, "You tried, good buddy," and then just pat him on the shoulder and walk away and walk down the stairs.
And I'll want to ask one more question. I want to look like directly in his eyes. What were you planning on doing with these guys who were locked up prisoner when you got together with the other ship?
Probably slaves. That's what we've done to some other ships.
Oh, slave. Wow. Well,
Hmm.
thank you, Zorak, for knocking down that door. I believe I must admit I
Hey.
would not handle being a slave.
You ever need a door knocked down, mate? You hit me up there.
Is he wearing anything ostentatious on him, like any expensive
he's-
earrings or?
No,
Okay.
they're very destitute pirates. Like
Okay.
these are like the lowest of the low. Like
Yeah.
they're the cannon fodder of the pirates.
Yeah, poor boy. Okay, I'm feeling sorry for him. Go on.
like if you look at the spears of the Aarakocra, they're just pointy sticks.
All right, I'll stand up. All right, enjoy the trip, John. And yeah, I think
Hey.
we'll start directing our way to the
done.
thingy. Yeah.
Can I please light a torch as I go down
Oh god.
down the stairs here? I want to look for some rum or some alcoholic beverage.
I'll join. If I see you kind of looking at stuff, I'll say I could go for a drink.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, so you light the torch and you go downstairs, and you can see there is, like, in the hold, there is a lot of food and drink items, and there are barrels of alcohol. Obviously, they were meant for trade for the ship.
I was going to say, is there a manifesto in the captain's log, or?
Yeah, there's a manifesto in the captain's log. And it's lists all the items, but it's all farm stuff. It's all like cheese and vegetables and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sick! I know the perfect plan. If no one followed me, which I don't think anyone did, even though Zorak said he was gonna plan on doing it.
I would only
I'll-
follow if I saw you searching for stuff, like
Okay, yeah,
alcohol
'cause I
in
was-
particular.
Yeah, I was gonna disappear like down the stairs, go for a little walk, you know. So to everyone else would be like, "Oh, I wonder what he's doing." But to me, I'm looking for alcohol. But when I get down here, I'm gonna like freak out and yell, "Ah, Zorak, come help, quick!"
Fucking hell. Do I hear that?
And-
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking run down, I guess.
And when he gets there, I'd like to be holding 2 like cups of alcohol. One for me and one for him.
Okay.
I'll grab one and do a
You don't
cheers.
really have any cups because, like I said, it's all supposed to be trade goods, but you can have 2 barrels.
That will do.
Hell
Can I
yeah,
do
I'll
an
take a
insight?
barrel.
Because, like, a
Well,
man
that's better.
screaming after being attacked by pirates, like, do I believe that this is an actual war, like a worry kind of thing? Or
I will roll deception if I have to make you worry.
Yeah, sure. Roll the better.
where's my insight?
Oh, Danny, look, come here.
Did
Look,
you get a 20?
I did.
Hell
Look at
yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I
Look
only
at
got a
this.
7, so I'd be going. Oh, shit,
Adam, you
Asta!
stink.
I was working all day. Go
You
away.
smell.
So yeah, 21 in total for deception.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I only got
Okay,
a 7, so I'd believe that. So I'd be starting to run as well.
Yeah. Yeah, all 3 of you go downstairs and you find your barrels of ale.
I'd probably check with
Mm.
Asta. I was like, "Have you got this?"
Sure.
Because my fear is that this ship's gonna run aground, and then I hear a man yell out that he needs help.
I say, is that ale for us, Brock?
Yeah, I'll just be like, haha,
Uh,
trick ya.
As Nicholas runs down,
Drink
I'll
with
look at
me.
him, say, you like a beverage?
Uh,
Are you young, or how old are you, Nicholas?
well, in elf years, I'm probably like 18, 19 or something like that.
So you want a drink, boy? An
Uh,
ale, boy?
no. Maybe not. Scream after being attacked by pirates, and as I walk away.
I just laugh
Well-
with Brock.
They'll come to realize who I am. Cheers, and I'm gonna dunk my whole head in this wine
Hey.
barrel or rum barrel.
And then
I won't do that, but I'll drink. I'll drink.
I'd head back up with Asta to help her with the ship. Just
Then
shaking
we-
my head.
I feel like
Okay.
I'm just
Very serious
holding
drinking
the
problem.
wheel.
Home on. I pop my head up. Andres, I know you're a holy man, but or you as well, Asta. Would you like a drink? Some ale, perhaps?
Oh, I feel like I'm not really piloting much. I could probably do with a drink.
Well, I don't have a cup, mate, but hey, we'll sort something out.
Just gives it an entire barrel.
If I can lift a big barrel up and bring it, that'd be pretty cool.
Keg stand.
Yeah.
I'll put it down.
Skull.
Can I please do that?
And I do say to everyone, it has been an honor fighting with you. You're all very formidable opponents.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
later,
no, that
after
about me yet.
a few more drinks, Brock and arm wrestle, I reckon, me and you, mate. Seem
Oh.
like a tough lad.
Oh, look, yeah, probably.
Can I stand by in case of some broken arms?
Well, I gotta tell you, oh, mate, you don't want to mess with me after I'm drinking.
Who taught you to fight, mate, if you don't mind? You're very, very quick with your fists.
Well, there was this one pub or tavern, and then there was a couple of fights in that one.
I see.
And then yeah, I went to another one. No, disagreement there.
Man of the world, hey? Yes,
Adam,
I get
I've got to admit, I'm having a real hard time knowing when you're RPing or when you're when you're not.
Hell yeah.
I'm always peeing.
No, I need to pee, goddammit.
As you guys are all drinking this alcohol and whatnot, having rest. Do you guys want to just do a long rest and
Oh,
long rest and skip through to the end of the long rest?
I would love a long rest.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't partake with the drinking because last time I had a drink, I didn't feel very well.
Vomited.
Yeah, you may have
Like,
passed out. Yeah.
I don't mind the odd drink, but I'm definitely not Brock.
The old Nicholas would have done it. Just saying.
Oh, absolutely. He's a lad.
So, dear man, I'm sleeping on the way there to
Yeah, you
get my
got a
long
long
rest. During that sleep, I kind of am having a bit of a nightmare and kind of screaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just for if anyone,
You give us a demo.
Where I would also
you guys just hear like, no, no, oh, but I'm still
The
asleep.
texture is it?
I was really hoping it would be like
Not a
a
wet dream.
horrible high pitch like Mickey
I was
Mouse.
going to, but I've got family members around me, so I can't. Otherwise, I would have done a high pitch one, but I can't.
Why he's saying no is he's picturing Asta sitting on his lap.
Oh
Oh
my
no.
god.
Why is he saying
Yeah.
no, man? Come on.
You guys
Wait.
see me very uncomfortable, rushing around, holding my fists.
Well, because I'm only an elf and I only take 4 hours of a bit of a trance.
Wow.
After that trance, I'd like to have my raven, please.
Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah.
the raven. I
The
forgot.
raven.
Give me a
It was
second.
the only one we could all see that united
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, no one else.
Why
Yeah.
we're so fucking upset at each other? We need the raven.
You at the very least, you might get startled by a sound. But you guys are probably like in between sleeps and the likes of that, so it's probably one of those things where it might have been like maybe a remembered nightmare or something along those lines. I am trying to ramble because I'm trying to find a sound, and you might hear nothing.
What?
I didn't
It
I didn't
sounded
get
like
that.
someone said help.
A weird scream. But again, was that your nightmares?
No, but it could have helped.
But when you
When
wait,
I fell asleep.
when you guys is like if it's as you guys wake to the following day or whatever, you'll notice that there is a very well, you can like I'm not sure if you're going to be paying that much attention, but strangely enough, there is a raven on my shoulder. But
I
it
just
is
turned to you and say, Nicholas, what's his name?
um,
Pointing, gesturing to the raven.
he doesn't look like
Or
a normal
he.
raven though. He looks like a well, strangely enough, slightly undead in some regards. Like, are you sure you can see bones showing maybe through its chest? But in saying that,
Okay.
it's still a bird all the same.
I say, are you a wizard or a necromancer?
Oh, well,
And then
no.
laugh. And then laugh.
That's an odd term. I'm
You don't
clearly a
realise it's a
wizard, good
joke?
sir.
You don't realize it's a joke until like after. It's a very. You can't tell when.
Very
I'm joking.
blunt.
Yeah.
You're pretty thick as well, so.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? You're more intelligent than Brooke, I think.
Oh yeah, Brock's
Yeah.
still passed out.
Brock
He
is
said
dumb
no,
as
Barrel
shit.
to rum barrel.
And I'd
Mm.
say, oh, well, he's my basically my final exam from my wizard training, and he calls himself Renlock.
Renlock.
Can I just wake up real like groggy as you guys are talking and not really know what's going on, and then see like a fucking thing on your shoulder and go ah?
Yes,
It's a fucking thing.
he does have a startling
weird
appearance.
thing.
I must admit, the academy was quite intrigued, but he listens. He does things apparently.
Interesting.
And what's he exactly?
Well, he's meant, from what I understand, like going from my my training, he's meant to be a fey creature. Yet he comes as this disguise, if you will. I have yet to figure exactly what's going on.
You command him then?
Yes.
More help the better, I think, mate.
So you do know from your training as a wizard that the fey creatures take whatever form they so choose. But, you know, when you perform the ritual to find your familiar, you don't get to dictate what it looks like so much.
Interesting. Andres, since you're awake, you mind if I ask you something?
Oh, what you got, bud?
Where's all this conversation happening? Is it happening down like in the eating quarters or like whatever, or is it happening up near the wheel?
Well, like, I would assume we've all kind of walked up near the wheel, so you're kind of involved.
Okay.
Oh no, Brock's still hugging the rum
I'll
barrel.
be back.
Yeah, he would be.
I'm just gonna feed the dogs real quick.
Hey, maybe you're not even awake.
Yeah, true. Andres, you're a holy man, I see. Do you mind if I ask what god you follow? If a god.
Follow,
If a god.
goddess, man.
He said
Goddess.
it earlier. It was like he said
Get it
it
right,
like
buddy.
till there.
What was your
Oh.
god, sorry?
The goddess of peace, man.
Goddess of peace. So are you against, obviously not against violence, though?
Not 100%. I'm just more happy with keeping those involved with the violence alive. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Well, I respect a man with conviction, I guess, and I go to give you a big handshake. One of those ones where you grab each other's wrist type thing, you know, the bro handshake.
Do we do the whole like pull in thing?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
I-
bud. I
I say
return
I-
in time. Let's go.
Yeah, I say I respect a man with conviction and then go in for that one.
Some people call that the predator handshake.
Yeah.
Oh.
As we tense, yeah. Nah, cool. That's all I have to say.
Hell yeah, man.
Meanwhile, I'm like thinking everybody is becoming fast friends here. Ooh.
Do you need a breakcaster? Are you going? Did you get along? Did you swap with someone to rest?
Yeah, like as Asta said there in chat, I'd like to think that we probably helped each other out because
Yeah, nice.
I've only had to I only rest for 4 hours, so.
Yeah, likewise. So it wouldn't be that much of a thing.
Well, in saying that, you're an elf as well, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we'd
I'm
probably.
Mark of the Shadow.
Well, thank you too.
So we'd,
How Aussie is our DM though? Yeah, nah, that's fun.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
You know, I've become assimilated enough to where I say these things in text and I just feel awkward saying them aloud. So I,
I
don't.
bet.
So I have them in my vocabulary and I resist it as I speak. You guys are fucking transforming me.
Oh, look out.
Are you saying that's a bad thing, or?
Oh no, not at all.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's
Yeah, nah. Yeah. Classic.
so as you take your long rest and / short rests, whatever you need, you start coming up towards the island. No, I didn't. So as
What
you
do
get close, you get close to the island. You need to start slowing down.
Asta, let us know if you need
Land.
anything.
Land ho!
Wow.
Really quick.
Do I have knowledge of how we start slowing down? Like
Yes. So, I'll just go through it. It'll be really
Yeah.
weird to keep changing everything. Anyway, as you approach the island, you start trying to find a wet place where you can stop. So you start heading somewhere relatively clear that you feel that you can drop anchor. As you get closer and closer, you start dropping the or raising the sails. As John tells you, you need to start doing it now. So you raise the sails, and the ship just keeps coasting under its own momentum. And you get closer and closer before you suddenly land on this mountaintop.